Okay, from season 4 onwards, it started getting to the point of where it was all about magic, it was all about possession from other characters, it was all about sacred stones, travelling to other parts of the world to find all these ancient artifacts. I didn't mind that angle, but as the season has progressed, it's now become apparent that if you are not a shipper, as far as the shippers are concerned, you're not a fan of the show. I'm sorry, but Superman has been around before Smallville was. I've been a fan of Superman since I can remember. Well before Smallville started, I've been a fan of Superman. So if you're going to sit there and turn around and tell me that I'm not a fan of the show because I'm not a shipper, then here's something I'm going to tell you. Okay? Simple as. Alright? And if anybody wants to unsubscribe from me, because I've already had a number of people unsubscribe after my Harvest review, then fine. Okay? You know, my eyes have been opened, basically. That's why I've become this way now. My eyes have been well and truly opened. I have now seen some of the people on Twitter exactly what they're for. Okay? They don't just love the show. They are obsessed with the characters, with the actors. They're stalking them. You're practically stalkers of the actors as well as the characters. I don't stalk anything. I'm not a stalker. I'm a fan of Superman. I read the comics. Yes, I watch Smallville. I've got the movies on DVD. Okay? So I like all aspects. Which is why I'm fascinated by seeing other versions, which is why I bought Earth 1, which is why I've read Birthright, which is why I've read Secret Origin. And if anyone was to ask me, what is your definitive version of Superman that you think really defines the mythology? Superman Secret Origin by Jeff Johns. No questions asked. Okay? Simple as. I've done my review on it. Check it. You should look back on my previous videos. I've spoken about Superman Secret Origin and how much I've enjoyed that. So you don't tell me that I hate Clois. I don't hate Clois. I hate the idea, the idolizing, the worshipping, the whole Smallville can't be Smallville without Lois and Clark. Smallville is Smallville without Lois. Lois was not even in there in the first place. It was all about Clark and Lana to begin with. Had it ended after season 4 or 5, then maybe I would turn around and say, yes, I'm happy for Clark and Lois that they've hit it off. You know, we could have had what we had in Superman Earth 1. If Smallville had finished after season 4 or 5, Superman Earth 1 may have gone on from there. Metropolis, I've spoken about Metropolis. I've said how it would have been great after season 5 of Smallville. 2 years later, they do the spin-off, carry on from there. He's got the suit, he's wearing the glasses, he's flying around. Bingo, let him and Lois do whatever they want. You know, if they want Clois sex, by all means bring it on. But now what we're getting on Smallville is, before he's become Superman, and I know what people are going to say, but we've had the Justice League, we've had Brainiac, we've had the Legion, we've had this, we've had that, we've had Bizarro, we've had Metallo. I know. But those aspects of the show were amazing. Those were what I was looking forward to. Okay? Because I've read it in the comics, because I've always thought, what would it be like to have them on TV? The Justice League, the Justice Society, Metallo, Bizarro, Brainiac, Lex Luthor, all of that stuff. And we've had it. But now, we've exhausted all that. They've pretty much exhausted all that. Yes, I know we're going to get Booster Gold, we're going to get Blue Beetle, we're going to get the female Furies, we're going to get Granite Goodness. Darkseid still has not really made an impact on season 10. He hasn't really made an impact. And yet, they said that this season was going to be about a dark force. And yet, we've only seen, what, 5 minutes of Darkseid, if that? And I thought this season was supposed to be about this big dark force. But no, here we are already, so far, 6 episodes in rather. Out of all the 6 episodes that we've had, I can only give you 2 that I think have really lived up to what the producers sort of promised us. Lazarus to a certain extent, and Homecoming. S.H.I.E.L.D. was alright. I did like the introduction of Deadshot. Rick Flag was brilliant as well. Supergirl, I'm not even going to mention it. You know how I feel. Isis was pointless, to the point of where Lois did not need to be possessed, and I'm going to come back to that in a second. And then obviously Harvest. Isis, they should have had Erica Serra play Isis. Simple as. Okay? She had the look. She was everything that Isis would have represented. Okay? They deviated from the comics. They said it wasn't based on the comic character. It wasn't based on the old TV series as well. So that completely changed a lot of things, and it completely angered a lot of fans who are familiar with Isis, with the character Isis and what she represented. Lois being possessed, no, should not have happened. Lois does not need to be in all 22 episodes. Okay, I'm sorry, but she doesn't need to be. There's no need for her to be in all 22 episodes. She didn't even need to be in S.H.I.E.L.D. She didn't need to be in... well, I say she didn't need to be in S.H.I.E.L.D., but she was in S.H.I.E.L.D., obviously. But I think she didn't need to be in Supergirl, nor did she need to be in Isis. She may not even need to have been in Lazarus. I mean, for her to save Clark... Anyone could have saved Clark. The writers could have brought anybody else to save Clark. It could have been Martian Manhunter, it could have been Black Canary, it could have been Hawkman. But no, they decided to use Lois instead. But that's by the by, okay? As far as I'm concerned, Lois does not need to be in all 22 episodes. You know, it's kind of getting to the point of where now the writers are like sitting at their table and saying, okay, so we've got Lois in all 22 episodes, how the hell are we going to use her? Because in season 9, she was only in 18 episodes, and the episodes that she didn't feature in, you can easily see why she didn't need to be in those episodes. You know? So, but again, anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. As I say, this is who I am now. This is what I've become. Unfortunately, you know, yes, I've changed my views on the show. I've looked further into it. That's why, and my eyes have been opened. Not just by watching the show intently, and not just by the fans that I've been interacting with on Twitter, but also because there are people out there just like me who believe that the show has taken a complete nosedive with the mythology. It's changed it completely. It's now, Smallville has now basically elevated the shipper fandom. And as far as Smallville fans are concerned, if you're not a shipper, you don't belong in this world. Well, there's my answer. Okay? Read it and weep. That's my answer. So yeah, you think I'm bad? You haven't met other people that I know, alright, that do reviews on Smallville, especially one person in particular who I call my evil twin. He knows who he is, and I'm sure he'll leave a comment below. If you read his reviews, my God, my days, I would look like a Boy Scout compared to him. That's why I call him my evil twin. He knows who he is. So, yeah, don't bash me first until you've read his reviews. You can bash him all he wants, but he does not do well with shippers. He will tell it like it fucking is. And that's why I like reading his reviews. And as I say, there are other people just like him who I interact well with because they share my views of looking at the really, really bad points and then noticing the good points as well, and why certain things should not happen the way that they happened. So, but I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. See you later.